Welcome to Suretypedia, the encyclopedia for surety bonds. Today, we're going to be discussing Fidelity bonds. Let's get started. A Fidelity bond protects businesses from losses incurred as a result of fraudulent or dishonest acts committed by an employee. Unlike most surety bonds, Fidelity bonds are typically not required by a government entity, but are instead purchased of the business's own volition or at the behest of a client. Fidelity bonds can provide first-party coverage, which protects the business purchasing the bond, or third-party coverage, which protects the business's clients. While still referred to as bonds, Fidelity bonds have characteristics of both surety bonds and traditional insurance policies. As with a surety bond, a Fidelity bond carrier maintains the right to recover any losses, and the individual or individuals that committed the fraudulent or dishonest act will be required to repay the carrier for all valid claims and claims handling expenses. On the other hand, like insurance, a Fidelity bond protects the business that purchased the bond. Remember, surety bonds provide no coverage for the person that purchased the bond, aka the principal, and require the principal to repay the surety company for all losses. However, Fidelity bonds provide coverage for the principal and/or its customers, and do not require the principal to repay the carrier for losses. There are multiple different types of Fidelity bonds, the most common of which include employee dishonesty bonds, which protect a business from the dishonest or fraudulent acts of its employees. Business services bonds, which protect the customers of a business from the fraudulent or dishonest acts of the business's employees while on the customer's premises. Commercial crime bonds, which function similarly to employee dishonesty bonds, but can be tailored to include additional coverages and can be issued at higher limits. ERISA bonds, which participants in a retirement or other benefits plan from fraudulent or dishonest acts committed by the plan trustees. Fidelity bonds usually cost between 0.5% to 1% of the bond amount, but the cost of a specific Fidelity bond depends on the type of bond needed. Some Fidelity bonds are considered low risk and are offered to businesses at set rates depending on the size of the bond and the number of employees covered, while other Fidelity bonds are considered higher risk and require review of the services offered by the business and the controls in place to prevent losses. Thanks for watching Suretypedia's video on Fidelity bonds. Learn more about Fidelity bonds at suretypedia.com. We'll see you next time.